What's going on, guys? T-Mart here, and today I've got a pretty cool video for you guys. So I wanted to go through my 5 favorite class setups so far in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. So I've got quite a bit of experience with the game. I've prestiged on my personal account. We've prestiged on the race account 4 or 5 times already, and I've just got, quite a bit of gameplay time in so far. So I wanted to share what's working with me so that you guys can maybe, copy and emulate some of this stuff and hopefully find some success yourselves. So let's get started. Now, the first class I've got here is my go-to class. This class can be used in any map, any game mode. No matter what you're doing, you're going to be able to use this thing, so I highly suggest it. So the weapon is the HBRA-3. I think it's the best gun in Advanced Warfare by a pretty good margin. I like to run red dot sight and grip on it. Those are 2 great attachments. Secondary is the RW1. A lot of times I won't run a secondary, but the only area where the HBRA-3 struggles is at super close range. This RW1, which is essentially like a shotgun, it's a one-shot kill if you're accurate with it at close range. I sometimes will switch to that if I'm like running into a hard point or something like that, and it can be helpful. So yeah, those are the weapons. As for perks, low profile, blind eye, toughness, blast suppressor. I run that perk setup quite a bit. Frag as my exo launcher. Sometimes I'll switch that out for an exo ability depending on what I'm playing and how I feel like playing. And then for my score streak setup, this is one of my common ones. I run the UAV with the directional arrow on it for 600 score, the missile strike with an extra missile for 750 score, and then finally the paladin with extra time for 1150 score. If you can get that paladin, it's an absolute monster. So yeah, that is my first class setup. Definitely my go-to, definitely the one that I use the most and the one that I had the most success with. So I recommend you guys check that out. Now, next up, this is kind of like my secondary go-to class. This is like my second place class. So it's using the Ball 27. This thing is a monster at short to medium range. It's an assault rifle that you unlock right from the start. So I really recommend you guys check this thing out as well. A red dot sight, grip, and then the stock, so you can kind of move quicker while you're aiming down sights to be able to outstrafe enemies and evade their bullets, things like that. No secondary. Again, a lot of the time I won't run a secondary. I use lightweight and peripherals on this class because I tend to rush with this class and try to get up in the enemy's face, so lightweight and peripherals both help with that. And then also toughness and blast suppressor. No exo ability, no exo launcher, and the typical score streak setup that you guys saw in my first class. Now, moving on to class number 3, this is my stealthy class. So I like to use the AK-12 because the iron sights on this thing are amazing. I also use the suppressor, the foregrip, and the parabolic microphone. This class, I want to try to know as much about the map as possible to realize, where I should flank around and which routes I should be taking. So with that parabolic microphone, I can see silencers and know where every enemy on the map is, especially when there's UAV up. So that's pretty useful. As for perks, low profile, stay off that radar. Peripherals to be able to see more of the minimap, see more of what's going on. As for perk 3, I've got toughness in it right here. And when I run toughness, I usually try not to use my exosuit. Like I'll try to, walk upstairs and use ladders to get to second stories and things like that. But otherwise, sometimes I'll put on blast suppressor and then I'll be able to use my exosuit. So yeah, that's that. I also have cloak on. That's the perfect exo ability for your stealth class. And then also the threat detection grenade. In case I think there's an enemy in an area, I can throw that in there and it's going to let me know if they're in there. And then again, we've got the same score streak setup that I tend to have quite a bit of success with. Now, next up, I've got my first SMG class. So I think Advanced Warfare is extremely assault rifle heavy. If you aren't using assault rifle, then you're kind of at a disadvantage. But sometimes I'll run an SMG, especially in objective game types like Hardpoint, where I'm, in tight areas with lots of enemies coming at me. So we've got the KF5 here. I like red dot sight, foregrip, and advanced rifling for that extra range. No secondary, lightweight, fast hands, toughness, blast suppressor, exo stim to get that extra health when I'm low on health. Variable grenade because an objective game type, sometimes you want to stun, sometimes you want to smoke, sometimes you want a threat detection. You're able to choose with that thing, which is pretty useful. And then since I don't really have many created class points left, I only choose one score streak. I make it a UAV with the support thing on, so if I die then I can still earn it. I've got the directional arrows as well as the threat detection, so you can see people through walls. So when I earn that UAV, it's actually very useful. Now finally, the last class I have here is a sniper class. You gotta have some fun in Advanced Warfare. So the Moore's bolt action, and it's not really a bolt action, it's more of like a reload in between everything, but it's kind of like a single shot, and then reload sniper rifle, ballistic CPU to reduce the weapon sway. PDW with extended mags is my secondary, so I can spray people down if they, rush me. Low profile to stay off that radar. Cold-blooded to stay off that radar. Fast hands to be able to switch that pistol in case somebody runs up on me. A blast suppressor to be able to move around the map very silently. Exo cloak to stay off the map. And then UAV care package and the Vulcan as slightly lower score streaks. I don't typically go on super huge sniper sprees, so I chose stuff a little bit lower there. But yeah, those are my 5 go-to class setups as of right now, the 5 ones I use the most. Let me know what you guys think about these things. Make sure you guys try them out and let me know how you do, because I think you guys really will have some fun and have some success with these things. And if you guys have any other classes that I haven't mentioned in here, feel free to leave them down in the comments and we'll share some classes that we all like. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you all later. Check out these 2 videos if you haven't seen yet, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.